In the fifth video, what we're going to do is create a new file. We're going to create a new assembly file, and this is going to build the tower of the Clawbot. First of all, we're going to place one of the structural parts, which will be the 15-hole C channel. Click one of these into the assembly, and first of all what we're going to do is just going to rotate this view around so it stands up like so, and then looking at it, we're going to look at the right view on the view cube and set that to become the top view. We're then going to click on this view here, right click on this, and just make sure this is set as the home view. So every time we hit home, it will reset to this view here. We're now going to click place. We're going to look under the motion folder, and we're going to locate for ourselves two flat bearings, 1 and 2. If we now zoom in, what we're looking to do is to mate, using the eye mates, these holes to these here and sit in this bearing right at the top. So let's do that now using the eye mates. Hold down Alt and click that first one into place. So as you can see, it's down the center of the metal. So rotate your metal around, select the eye mate, and then match that to the bearing. Just check that that's in the correct place. What I'm now going to do is repeat this process again. So again, select the metal, rotate your view around, just select the appropriate eye mate and match that to the hole. Spin it around to check it's in the right place, and then again complete that process by choosing the appropriate eye mate and snap that into place like so. Just going to rotate this view back round to the home view. I'm just going to spin this round, and now we have our two bearings. What we're now going to do is bring in the pot rivets. So again, move to the structure folder, locate a bearing pot rivet. We're going to bring 1, 2, 3 in, just jog in gently, choose the insert option, and with this pot rivet we're going to choose the top center line and edge to match to this one and make them flush. And if we rotate the view around, what we're now going to do is choose to constrain using insert option, again the same. However, this time we're going to enter a measurement of -0.5 millimeters just to account for the metal. So again, constrain, insert the underside edge of the rivet and the center line to this edge here, and then again set it at -0.5 and click OK. What we've now got is the bearings and the rivets in place. We're now going to choose place, and we're going to locate from the structure folder the two motor screws that we needed. So bring those in, and again we're going to use these eye mates again. I'm going to fit these two screws in place. So first of all, the longer screw we will match to this hole here, and the shorter screw we will match to the corresponding sub hole there. And if we rotate around, we can see where those screws now lie. What we're now going to do is place in the motor like we did previously. So choose the motion folder, locate the larger motor, bring one of these in. Again, it helps to free rotate this part around just so it's in the right orientation, and then again repeat the process we did in the previous videos. So constrain with a mate to the surface, select OK, and we can just pull that to one side. And what we're then going to do is choose the center line with the constraint option, the center line of the structure here to the center line of the screw. Select OK, just rotate that out the way, constrain the second center line to the second screw, and select OK. If we now just zoom out, we can see we've now fitted this motor into place, and we're now ready to fit some of the attachments. One of the last things we might want to place is a shaft coupler, so we'll bring this one in, select OK, and again we're just going to rotate this view around. We're going to use insert as a constraint option. We're going to select the bottom edge and the center line, and what we're going to do in this instance is we're going to rotate the view around until we can see this edge of the motor and the center line. We're going to make sure they sit as a line, and then we can see just in there that that's where the coupler will sit, and this just bridges the gap between the motor and the bearing. So far so good. What we're now going to do is we're going to add in the shaft. So again, place, locate a 4-inch shaft, open one up and place it in. It's already roughly in the right rotation, so what we're going to do, first of all choose constraint, and again we're going to make the flat surface here to inside the motor, or in this case inside the coupler, and select OK. This will still move freely, but it will set the distance correctly. And what we're then going to do is just slide this to one side. We're going to choose to constrain this flat edge to an inside flat edge of the coupler. Select OK. Pull this down, and we're going to constrain the inside flat edge of the coupler to the top edge of the shaft, like so. We just tap to zoom out slightly. We can see now we've set this shaft in place inside the coupler, and this is now ready to start adding some of the components on.